tell us a little bit more about like some of the technical SEO basics. What are some things for your website that are going to hurt you as it relates to search ranking?
Okay, so with SEO, you can do a lot of things right, but if you have a few technical things wrong, it can take you out of consideration entirely. It just kind of Google just looks at it and goes, this is weird. And they've got enough options, right, that they don't need to include you. So if you don't get a few of these, technical things right, then they'll just take you out of consideration. And unless if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't even know that you're being penalized because of these things. And so these are things like having a mobile friendly website, right? So does your website look good on a mobile phone? So like, are the links, easily clickable? Do you have to scroll side to side? Because if you have to scroll side to side on your website on a mobile phone, forget it. Google's just like, get out of here. And so mobile friendly websites are important. Having a site that loads quickly is important because people don't want to wait around a long time. So what they do is if they click your page and it takes a while to load, then all of a sudden what happens is they just back up. They just say, nope, get out of here, pick somebody else. And that sends a clear signal to Google that people are not loving when Google sends them to you. And so they just stop sending people to you, and it's just that easy. And so that's a big one. And then another one is SSL certificates. So like, have you ever noticed that when you go to websites, at the top of the URL bar, there's going to be a padlock, and that padlock is going to be closed usually. And when that padlock is closed, it says, that tells Google that site is secure. And it's just back-end code nonsense that we don't even need to get into. But if you don't have that, then that padlock is open, and more Google is just saying, this is an unsafe site. We don't like it. It's silly because that SSL certificate used to be exclusively for things like sites that would take your money.
E-commerce, right?
Yeah, right. And so, but then Google decided, you know what? Let's make everybody do it. So everybody had to pony up a little bit more money and get their site.
And now if you click on one of those sites that doesn't have an SSL certificate, you get this big warning sign, right? Danger, Will Robinson. Don't go ahead because this could. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think we've all seen that. Okay, well let's keep going here. Let's talk a little bit about local search, Google My Business, online reviews, citations, kind of like I would call this like the impetus or like sort of where you start when you get into search engine optimization. But what does that look like?
Okay, so with if you're serving a specific locality, it's and regardless, any home builder, any remodeler needs to have a strong presence on Google Business Profile, right? And that's changed its name over the years. It used to be Google Places, Google Business, Google My Business, Google Maps Business, and so now it's Google Business Profile. In 6 months, when if you're watching this a year after this was filmed, it'll be called something else.
So just to describe it, you search for a local company and you'll get a map that pops up and there's a list of companies next to it with like teardrops on the map showing these are the locations for these businesses in this local community.
Right. It's whenever it's tied to them.
Usually
there's 3 of them. If there's somebody paying to be there, then there'll be 4, and that top one will have ad written next to it. So those can be an incredibly good lead source of leads themselves because having it be next to the map is important because it gives people a sense of you're truly local rather than coming in from kind of outside areas, which is incredibly easy to do with proper SEO. You can make a site rank in the organic listings even if they're far away, right? I've got clients that have a shop, but they have people that fly in for them. And so we are ranking across the entire Midwest, right? Because that works for them. But if you only have clients in your local area, like a home builder remodeler, then showing up in that map pack is good and helpful and important. And so, but it's important to know that how you're shown there, what really matters is the reviews, right? Because you're, there's 3 of you there. And so like they typed in, home builder in this area. And then Google gives them a list of 3. And right next to it is going to be like your star rating, like how high it is on a scale of 1 to 5, and the number of reviews that you have. And so if you show up there and you have a 2-star rating or a 3-star rating, or even a low 4-star rating, and everybody else has a 5-star rating, then you don't come across as the safe choice anymore, right?